Pushkar campus. So talking about my pet peeve, my biggest pet peeve are the people who can lie on my face. Thank you.
Thank you, Astadi. Asta Podal.
Hi everyone, this is me Asta Podil. I'm currently studying computer engineering in 4th year. I don't know what's my biggest pet peeve, but one thing that annoys me right now is in this scenario, I see a lot of memes coming in the internet, and the unnecessary kind of memes annoys me a lot.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Aayush Adhikari.
Hello, I'm Aayush Adhikari, a fourth-year civil engineering student at Pant's campus. And my biggest pet peeve is are people who talk loudly on the phone. Like, just shut up. Other person can hear you even if you speak low. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Mr. Ashish Podil.
Hello everyone, it's me Ashish Paudel. I'm from the Civil Avi second year, and my biggest pet peeve is when someone smokes in front of me. That's my biggest pet.
Something else has to happen.
Thank you. Now we have Mr. Bhaskar Joshi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bhaskar Joshi from Kanchanpur, Nepal, and I'm second year civil student at Paschim campus. My biggest pet peeve is that I hate people not wearing masks near me nowadays.
Yes, that is something all of us can relate to. Now, Christina Subedi.
Hello everyone, my name is Christina Subedi and I finished my A-levels from Rathabagna School, and my biggest pet peeve is when people eat their food extremely slowly. It's okay if you're chewing your food, but then when people are on their phone or talking to people and the food gets cold, but then they're still not eating, it annoys me a lot.
Thank you, Christina. She just described me. Now, moving on, we have Darshan Patel.
Hello everyone, good morning to all. I am Darshan Patel from Civil Avi second year. My biggest pet peeve is when somebody tell they know things in different way, big way rather than no, they don't tell straight, they tell round and round and round. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Dhananjay Yadav.
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm here. Hello everyone. My name is Dhananjay Yadav. I am from electronics second year, and there is nothing like that which annoys me, because the problem creates like that annoying anyone. It's inside us. Not anyone can annoy us. I mean, anyone can disturb or any activity disturb us. Thus, we only think that it or his or him activity start annoying us. That's a problem only. Thank you. I don't think you understand. I'm just a little bit hesitating. It's my first time.
That's not a problem. So I would like to request everyone to turn on their cameras if possible. Let's make it as interactive as possible. So moving on, we have our impromptu critic, Mr. Saurabh Sagarve.
Hello, I am Saurabh Sagarve from Civil 073. About my pet peeve, I've been into watching daily shows this time, and what annoys me the most is when people talk while I'm watching. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have the Informant critic, Ms. Nidhi Singh. Nidhi, are you there?
Guys, good morning. This is Nidhi Singh, a third year electrical engineering student. My biggest pet peeve, I'd say, when I hear people chewing very loud and sitting next to me and eating. I hate that. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Now, Pushkar Jha.
Hello everyone, I'm Pushkar Jha, Civil Engineering third year student at Pashchimanchal campus. And my biggest pet peeve would be people who would be giving me spoilers of the movies I'm yet to watch, or spoilers of the book I'm yet to read. I mean, I know you have watched it, but please, for God's sake, keep it up to you. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Mr. Keshav. He doesn't have a surname. Mr. Keshav, are you
Hello. Hello. Hello.
there? Please introduce yourself.
I just joined and kick. What? Kick भइरहेछ मलाई थाहा भएन.
I would like you to introduce yourself first, and after that, I would like you to answer a question, which is pet peeve. So pet peeve is that really you are nerves.
Hello.
Hello. Are you there? Yes. Keshav, please introduce yourself.
Hello.
Okay, let's be. We'll get back to you later. So let's move on to Mr. Keshav Jimmy.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Keshav Jimmy, civil engineering fourth year student, and my biggest pet peeve is when you are saying something to someone about really important topics, but they just ignore you, and then you have to repeat again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So Ranjit Pandit.
Hello everyone. My name is Ranjit Pandit. I am a civil engineering second year student. And can you explain me please what is the topic?
So first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself. So after introducing yourself, I would like you to answer a question. So what is your biggest pet peeve? Pet peeve is something that annoys you in particular or gets on your nerves. So it can be someone who chews loudly or someone who doesn't listen to you when you're speaking. It can be anything. So please introduce yourself and answer the question.
Hello everyone, myself Ranjit Pandit. I am civil engineering second year student, and the most annoying thing for me is that if someone is ignoring me, it annoys most me.
Yes, thank you. Now we
Okay,
have Rajkumar Shrestha. Rajkumar Dai, are you there? Okay, so let's move on. Now we have Simran. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, it's me Simran Nupane from Pashchimanchal Engineering College, currently first year student of electronics. And my biggest pet peeve is whenever I heard people talking loudly on phone, that things just get on my nerves. Thank you.
Now we have Sonam Chochangi. I don't know if I pronounce your surname right. Ms. Sonam.
Hello. Good morning to everyone. My name is Sonam Chochangi. I'm a dental student currently on my third year, studying in UCMS Bhairava. UCMS, I mean Universal College of Medical Sciences.
So what is your biggest pet peeve?
The things that annoys me is like when I'm having conversation with someone, I just make my full effort. And if the person doesn't make his or her effort, I get annoyed. Thank you.
Thank you. Soni Karki.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Soni Karki. One thing that really annoys me is someone who can't turn off their alarm. I don't like waking up in morning, and I even hate it more when it's because of someone who can't turn off their alarm.
Yes, thank you. We have Srijana Bashal.
Hello everyone, I am Srijana Basal. I'm third year BDS student. The thing that annoys me is judging other without knowing them completely. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have our storyteller critic, Mr. Ashish Aryal.
Good morning, lovely people. I'm Ashish Sorel from Civil 4th year. And my biggest pet peeve is people passing unnecessary comments without actually knowing the story. That annoys me a lot. And I feel like giving up once on the face, but I can't. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Miss Sudha.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Sudha Singh Bandari, and I am a geomatics engineering student, fourth year student in Paschimantla campus. My biggest pet peeve would be people judging me on the things that they don't even know about, and also people who think showing off very much about life is their biggest achievement, and that thing also annoys me very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now our timekeeper, Dairaj Dhungana.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I am Dairaj Dhungana. I am a third year computer engineering student. My biggest pet peeve is when people call me to meet them and they themselves come late. I hate that.
Okay, so now we have votes here. Would you like to introduce yourself, votes here? Okay, never mind.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Pant, and I just completed my SC thanks to COVID-19. And my biggest pet peeve is when someone ignores me, even knowing I'm talking to him. Saurav, you know what I mean. Thank you.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I did not miss out on anyone today. So yeah, we'll get back to you if we missed out on someone. So let's move on with the program. So before starting everything, today I would like to introduce all of you to our resource partner. So we have Talkology. Talkology is a venture that is into developing the culture of rhetorics. And we also have the CEO of Talkology, Mr. Pranav Kafle, here with us, and he is the OCA of today's session. So we would like to extend our gratitude to Talkology and the entire team for providing us with the platform to conduct Zoom. I mean, we had a lot of problems last time when we organized stage through Google Meet, so we are really thankful to you. And yes, guys, they also have a Facebook page called Talkology with a yellow colored logo with a mic. So please make sure to go to the Facebook page and follow them on Facebook. Thank you. And now let's move on with the topic for today's session. So the theme for today's session is Pride Month. As we know, June is celebrated in the entire world as Pride Month every year. And as an honor to the LGBTQ community, we have named the theme for today's session to be Pride Month. So we have three speakers speaking on the topic for 5 minutes each, and then we will have three critics who will be criticizing their speeches. So first of all, I'd like to go with the informant, Mr. Pushkar Jha. So he had been given a topic previously, and the topic he was given is Nepal and the LGBTQ community, the clash between the two. So he will be speaking for a total of 5 minutes, and our timekeeper will keep notifying him about the time limit through the chat section. So please make sure to be mindful about the time limit. So moving on to you, Mr. Pushkar Jha. The informant, are you there? Seems like he isn't there. So, President, what do we do? Can we move on to the storyteller, or do we wait for
Yes, we'll have to move on to storyteller.
Sorry. Excuse me. Was it my turn?
Yeah, it was your turn.
Sorry. There was an unfortunate power cut.
Okay, so it's over to you, informant. Please start.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing good in the time of pandemic in terms of your health. I am Pushkar Jha, student of civil engineering, third year at Paschimantl campus. However, that is not the most interesting thing I'm talking about today. Today, I'm talking about LGBTQ community and its clash with Nepali society at the ground level. LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, a community of people who have been forced to hide their identities as secrets, a community of people who have been labeled as impurity in a pristine family, a community of people who have been suffering from honor killing and corrective rapes, a community of people who have been labeled as incompetent to survive, and all of these for what? Only because they are different from two pillars of the traditional ecosystem, that is male and female. So from now onwards, I have decided not to address the audiences as ladies and gentlemen. So beautiful people, let's get along knowing about the dark and agonizing side of the LGBTQ community, where people like us, like you and me, are being treated homophobically by people like us, right in our society and in our country. And therefore, it becomes more important for all of us to talk about the causes, problems, and the solution. Well, the clash between LGBTQ community and the Nepali society is not a hidden fact anymore. The pre-mentioned terms such as honor killing, bullying, corrective rapes are quite evident in our society these days. And that's exactly where my concern lies. What Nepali society needs to understand is this is not a clash between two different community or two different gender. This is a clash between two different mindset and two different thought process that has made the life of LGBTQ community quite melancholic and miserable. Let me put this up with a typical example. In 2012, a couple named Rajni Sahi and Prem Kumari Nepal decided to get married. One of them decided to leave a husband and the matter was taken to Supreme Court. The court decided that they can live together. However, this is not going to be addressed as a legal marriage. As shocking as it is, let me tell you all that same-sex marriage is still not legalized in our country. This depicts the exact situation. This depicts how even the topmost level of the judicial hierarchy of our country is not untouched by the mindset people at the grassroots level possess. And in the course of discussion, it becomes equally important to talk about the causes for the regular conflict between the two major pillars of society. And I believe that intolerance towards diverse sexual orientation, widespread poverty, rigid social norms, unsympathetic legal framework and bureaucracy, religious manipulations are some of the reasons behind regular conflict between LGBTQ community and Nepali society. However, I believe that the solution lies at a common ground where LGBTQ community is provided with enough social security and life living skills. And at the other side of the beam balance, the Nepali society needs to learn more about empathy and acceptance, which is possible via awareness campaigns, modified educational contents, and of course, daily life practices. It is, however, a matter of great concern to all of us that even after accepting homosexuality back in 2007, we are still unable to address same-sex marriage legally. And that is where I believe the lawmakers of the nation have got a huge role to play in order to uplift the standard of the LGBTQ community. And before putting a full stop to the discussion, I want to pay a small tribute to the uplifters like Mitini Nepal, Ekta Nepal, Blue Diamond Society for their wonderful job. And I hope the things keep improving, not just statistically, but even at the ground level. That was all from my side. Before leaving the stage, love is love. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pushkar. That was a really wonderful speech. Now, moving on, let's go to the storyteller now. The storyteller for this session is Mr. Aayush.
Sorry, host. I'm question answer round.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about the question answer round. So now we have a question answer round. So guys, if you have Any question, please put forward to the informant. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask him.
I have a small question. How do you think individuals like us we can cooperate on this regard of making LGBT community, making this community a part of our society? How can we become a part of this? We can play our roles.
First of all, I believe that it is about acceptance. Like I mentioned, term like daily life practices. I believe even when we are educated and we are aware about the situation, the thing that stops us is is acceptance. And I believe if we accept it wholeheartedly and make people aware about the situation, like there are so many taboos going on in the society about this community, and I believe if we can break the stereotype, it will be easier for us to believe it to ourselves and make others believe as well.
Yes, thank you. Now we would like to move on to the storyteller, Mr. Aayush. You have a total of 5 minutes to deliver your speech.
This is Ruxana Kapali's story. This is not my story. I have not experienced any of the following things, and I would like to apologize beforehand for any sort of biases that I might project. So, Ruxana is a young activist. Her activism largely encompasses the rights of POMSOGIEST folks and Newa culture and Newa heritage. And I was particularly drawn towards her story because she's just like me, like another 22-year-old, but she has achieved so much more. And though we have lived in the same age, the society we have experienced are entirely different. So let's begin her story from the beginning. Uh, she was designated a male at birth, but as she grew up, she found out that she enjoyed those feminine expressions, the so-called feminine expressions, a lot more. She liked dressing up as one of her female teachers. She liked braiding her hair, wearing makeups, but this was frowned upon by her family and her relatives. Also, there was also an additional burden of being the first son of the family, and while doing so, she really treated their traditional expectations. Uh, and she has accounted that she had been slapped by many of her by a relative for expressing who she was, uh, for dressing up the way she liked to or talking the way she wanted to. And that was the scenario inside her house. As soon as she got out of her house, uh, she was commented upon the way she walked, the way she talked, and often was called upon the she word. And school was even worse. Like imagine having an insecurity that is so visible, and the kids who lack empathy and being surrounded by kids who haven't yet developed empathy, uh, and the adults who were supposed to protect her, the principals, the teachers, they didn't acknowledge her humanity. So this was her childhood, and when she hit puberty, it was confusion all around. uh, because even those of us who are quite sure about our gender identity are uh, confused during that time. But even but she didn't know who she was and uh, what she was. So more confusion was added. Then a ray of hope, probably, and she heard about Santosh Pant's daughter who had undergone a male to female surgery in Thailand. That made quite news. I do remember that. And uh, through internet, she found out who she was. So that was her self-realization. But this was just beginning of another uphill battle, because when she came out to her school first, yeah, through an essay on gender equality, and she talked about those marginalized genders. And mm, but after coming out, she was physically and emotionally abused by the principal and vice principal, uh, and she came out to her parents after dressing up the way she wanted to, day after day. And that was her form of rebellion as well. Uh, but as Her father didn't talk to her for months, and this went on. And she finally completed her SLC in 2071 BS. And uh, however, she couldn't get into any of TU affiliated colleges because, as we know, our great university, in so many of its archaic manners, failed to recognize her identity or agenda. Similarly, when she got her citizenship, she could use her preferred name, but she couldn't use her preferred pronoun. So in her citizenship, she is still labeled as others. Like imagine being called others by your own state. And she has worked a lot. Like she has, she is a 22-year-old, but she is not just another 22-year-old. She has worked as a media person for Blue Diamond Nepal, body and data as program officer, Siam Nepal, and in right here, right now, she has advocated for trans rights, advocated for Rani Pokhari heritage reconstruction activism. She has initiated Sebnema Valley Queer Youth Group, Trans Right Collective, and she has been awarded and recognized by many institutions. Like she was last year, she was among the six young activists you should know about by the UN. So yeah, this is not, and she continues to sign. And I urge all of you to look into her blog. And a story of, this is not a story that will end. Oh, I'm sorry, the time's up. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ayush. Now let's move on to the question answer round. So if any of you have questions, please put it forward to Mr. Ayush. Any questions? Please unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
I do have. Sorry.
Okay,
Can I
Saurabh?
listen now?
Yes.
Thank you. It was a very nice speech, Ice brother. I have one question. In our country, there is even hierarchy in LGBT community. So the people who accept, so they are LGBTQ, they got more privilege, and uh, society actually tends to accept them in different organizations. But those who cannot open up, so what's your suggestions? So those who cannot open up and say, okay, so I'm this and that. So what's your suggestions to them, and how can we make the environment so that they can open up, because we are still in a patriarchal society? So what's your thought on that?
I believe one should create a fraternity, like get get to know other people like you. Uh, it's become easier through internet, I guess. But and in terms of our responsibility, like dude, we are so immature. Like our society is so immature. We are so laggard. That we are still there are still sessions where we debate our Vedic science and so forth. Like we are so behind. Empathy is the only way. We are the younger generation. We know now it's time for us to understand and make our parents understand. I guess that is the only way forward. And for those individuals who are still inside the closet, like don't rush. Take your time. Build a fraternity, and things. Yeah, I guess that's it. Take your time. Take a mature decision.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ayush. Nice. So now let's move on to the impromptu speakers. So now I will give you a topic, and then you will be allowed to prepare on the topic for 30 seconds. And then after that, you will have to deliver your speech. So your topic is you are a parent and then you have a child. So your child comes out to you as someone from the LGBTQ community. So how would you respond in that situation? Would you be supportive or not? And how would it change your perspective of your child? So your time starts now.
Thank you very much. All right, I would like to begin. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, host, for this topic. The question is, how would I respond to my child who comes out as a, if he's a son, if he turns out to be a gay, or if he's a woman, he turns out again also be a homosexual. Yeah. So before I dive into this, I would like to start with story that happened to me. If you are someone who has followed me on Instagram, you will find this post. There is a post that I posted on CMS. There was a CMS event in which I went about 2 years ago when there was no pandemic. I went there from my college, from the behalf of my school that I studied up to class 10. And on that, I went there as a team leader to lead the team that they were. And when I was there, along with me, another team leader was one of my teacher. One of my teachers, I will just name her Shreya. Shreya ma'am, she was there from the beginning of my school age. And she was the one who taught me all these English words, English phrases. She's the one who taught us English when I was young age. So when we were in this CMS event, we were having dinner, both of us. We were having dinner because at the end of the event, well, the team leaders were allowed to have dinner together, and we were having this dinner. So while we were having this conversation, and ma'am, she just leans towards me and she says, "Prashant, you are a handsome fellow. You must have girlfriend and you must be dating a lot." And I said, "No, ma'am, I've been single for the last 6 months." And out of the blue, I just said, "Ma'am, just a background about this Shreya. She has been single for her entire life. She's around about 50 age, and she is still single till this day." So out of blue, I don't know what came out. I just asked her, "Ma'am, why are you single?" She just took it as a, instead of just taking as a question, she just took a pause and then say, "What do you mean by that? Do you also think me like those girls?" And by those girls, she meant was that there was a principal, our principal sir, principal sir, he had a daughter. And I will again name her maybe Sneha. All right, Sneha. So what happened was Sneha went about 6 years ago. Sneha went to US, right? She was to US to study medicals. And after 6 years, the news came, she became a doctor and a lesbian. So it was a kind of a devastating situation in my locality that made the whole locality they just were mind blown. They were just like questioning, like, what happened? We sent our daughter from Nepal as a fine person, and what happened there? Like, how did she change? Yeah, that was she just got offended. She was like, "What do you mean by that? What do you think that I'm one of those Sneha person?" And I said, like, "No, that's not what I mean, ma'am. But I'm just asking out of curiosity because it's been 50 years, and you have been single. You have never dated anyone, and you did not marry, and you chose your whole life as a school teacher." And then she said, "I dedicated my whole life on teaching and serving my mother. That's how I preferred my sexuality." Yeah, and that was a very nice way to put it. And but this one, but she again was offended. She again was questioning this Sneha thing. She was like, "But Sneha, though she just like questioned. She was like, Sneha, but however, Sneha, she broke the code. She became a disrespect to the locality." But and when this news that came out, it was a huge problem in our locality because my locality is a very compact locality. It's like everyone is serving everyone. And the locality came to my principal sir and they said, like, "Why you should bring your daughter back because she's not someone, she has been a disrespect to the locality because she just chose to be someone else, homosexual, right?" And but my principal sir was, the person, he came and he said, like, "No, everyone has their own way of choosing sexuality. Some people, they choose to live their life without marrying, without being a brahmacharya. I'm sorry if that's the word, brahmacharya. Yes, brahmacharya. It's the way they have expressed themselves. Some choose to marry with another person, some different gender, because that's what that's what maybe is a way of bonding to other person. People have different way of bonding with each other. Some bond with the religion. They just choose their sexuality in different ways. So now coming back to my question, like whether I would be accepting about my son or daughter or not, I would be, because it's their sexuality and it is their right how they present themselves express their sexuality, whether in the form of choosing a gender, or whether they choose to become a brahmacharya, or they choose to become a homosexual. So I would be definitely supportive about this. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Prashant. So if any of us have questions, please be free to ask him.
Yeah, I
Do we
actually
have
have one
questions
question.
from the audience?
I have a question as well. Yes, yes, sir, please.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Sorry,
Please make it short.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Prashant, so I want to know, so there is in our religion, or the particular Hindu religions, in none of the faiths that we have, they talk about the LGBTQ community. So do you think that these they didn't talk about didn't talk about this community, so that has created some that has created that's not right, this is not good, this is out of the track to the people, so they have that certain thing in mind, and they are having hard time to accept this, because so that do you think the religion is the cause about accepting this kind of these peoples? Sorry,
Oh,
I'm not
God.
being
Oh yes. Oh yes, of course. Yes, of course. In fact, when this happened, when that Sneha thing happened in our locality, it was such a disaster. Like they were asking her to come back, and they would, because the question, because the thought process was there has been some kind of planets that is revolving, some kind of growth that is revolving around our planet, and see if we could only give some those pujas and all those, we can bring jhakris, we could just eliminate these things. This is really rooted inside our society, that yeah, it's LGBT is something is seen as a it's seen as a, like a, a problematic situation. It's something that we created on ourselves, or maybe our I don't know, grahas created in ourselves, right? So I think but it's difficult for them. It's very difficult for them to accept, because the way like everything has been progressed, not just this LGBT community, the whole our, I think even the small minute things, for example, a woman's menstruation cycle, it's still seen as impure in our society. I mean, there have been a lot of these anomalies that we have still in the Hindu religion, and I think by time with this new generation that we have come up across, that how open up we have become about all these things, I think we are progressing on this regard as well. But it's difficult for them. Yes, it's very difficult for them.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So the timekeeper, do we have more time to go on with other questions?
No, we can move on to critics.
So I have a question. Can I ask or not?
Okay, so I think we can take one more question.
Right. Mr. Prashant, I want to know about the reservations provided to the LGBTQ community. Do you need reservations to them or not? Whatever your views.
I think yes. I think in the beginning, I think there are three phases of making every taboo or every those custom that has that we have already that we can, I mean, ameliorate it and make it very normalized. The first is like first understanding that there are some cultures and customs that are taboos. For example, like not accepting LGBT community is a taboo to most of us, like to most of the rest of the society, right? So it's important that first of all we recognize it. Where are these cultures and customs that we should be focusing on? Where are these customs where there is inequality? The second is we need some activists. We need some people. We need these organizations which are completely continuously bombarding us. Like, yeah, this thing is wrong. These things are right. We need this influencer because we have been brainwashed before. The third, I think, is a sense of acceptance, and this thing comes with humor also. When we start accepting, yeah, we used to be that person. We can make fun of those things. Once, I think the day when we can openly joke about LGBT community is the day when LGBT community completely frees himself, and it has like broken every those pillars. We have completely, and where it's no more offensive to anyone. That's when we have crossed these lines. So until then, but we are still on the second phase. We need these people, influencers. We need these incentives of where we can make sure like we are getting this reservation. Yes, I think. So back to you, host. I think I answered it.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, all the three speakers have given their speeches, and now it's time for the voting round. So for voting, I would like to request all of you to give your votes to I think there is a name called votes here. I think you can see it in the participants section. So please message your favorite speaker to the votes here privately. So you are only eligible to vote only if you have heard all of 3 speeches. So make sure to vote for your favorite speaker. So let's vote for about 2 minutes, and till then, I will be asking you.
Miss Host,
Yes,
I think
Prashant?
you should clarify it. If it is the first speaker, you should be replying a 1, and if it's the second, it should be 2, and for the third speaker, it would be 3.
Yeah.
Text
please.
1 for the informant, 2 for the storyteller, and 3 for the informant.
Yeah, so let's continue with the voting session for 2 minutes. Timekeeper, please keep track of time. So until then, I'll be asking you guys a few questions related to the LGBTQ community. So please try to be interactive, and even if you don't know the answer, you can give a guess. So when was the first Pride Parade held? Give me the date. Anyone? You can guess. You don't need to be right.
1969?
When was the first Pride Parade held? You are close.
1919.
No, it's not 1919. Any more guesses? Okay, so it's June 28, 1970. So another question. Which US president declared June as the Pride Month?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Yes, you are right. Now the next question. How many countries in the world penalize homosexuality? Give a random guess. How many countries penalize homosexuality?
Maybe
20?
15.
20?
Nope. It's much more than that.
29, I guess. If I'm not wrong.
88?
Nope.
What did you ask? Can you repeat the question, Chetana?
How many countries in the world penalize homosexuality? Okay, so I'll give you the answer. It's 69. I guess it's an easy number to remember. Now,
I said it.
Moving on. Did you say 69?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I said it.
Well, I did not hear it. It must have been my mistake. Okay, so it's 69. Now, when was the third gender first recognized in Nepal? What date? Which year? It's after 2000. Let me give you a hint.
2003.
No, it's not 2003.
2008?
You are close. Quite close. Yes, 2007. Someone said it. Someone said it.
2010?
No, someone said the answer already. It's 2007. Now, one last question. When was the Pride Parade first held in Nepal?
Last year?
2018, I guess.
Last year means 2020. It's not true.
2018, I guess.
2019?
18.
Yes, 2019. It's 2019. So that's all for the questions. Now, if someone has not voted yet, please text the votes to vote here. Now, I think it's time we move on to the critics. So first of all, we have our informant critic, Miss Nidhi Singh. So she'll be criticizing for a total of 3 minutes, and the time will be displayed on the chat section. So please be mindful of time, Miss Nidhi. Over to you.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Informant, Pushkar Jha, for your wonderful speech. I found your speech well structured. I mean, there was the introduction part, and then you gave a short overview, and then you moved on to the causes, problems, and solution. I found that quite impressive. And then the way you looked confident and you sounded confident, that was quite nice. And I thought one thing you could include is the personal experience, someone if I am a lesbian and I want to open up, what things cross my mind? I mean, what insecurities I might have if I choose to open up, right? So I think that's one thing you could have included. And yeah, that was quite nice. So congratulations on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi. Now let us move on to the Informant critic, Mr. Ashish.
Thank you, Chetana. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashish Sarel, and I am from Civil Engineering 4th year. First of all, the story Aayush wrote about the activist Ruksana Nepali portrays a lot about the ill responses that our government, our community have given to the LGBTQ community. It portrays a lot about that. And talking about this speech, the start was so good and the perfect, and the structural flow was also perfect. But he needs to improve his speech fluidity, and I think he was taking a lot of pauses in the speech. And talking about the confident, he was so confident and expressed the speech so good. And he also needs to work on the time management, as he was not able to complete his total speech in the time given. And I think the speech was clear and understandable and grabbable to the audience. And so so overall, the speech was perfect and good.
Thank you, Ashish. Now let us move on to our impromptu critic, Mr. Saurav Sagardev.
Thank you, Madam Host. Okay, Prashant, let's start with the content first. You were given the topic, how would you respond if your child turned out to be among LGBT or a homosexual? Now, your speech revolved around the story. You also added some of your own perspective to the speech. For the most part, your speech clung to the topic and it was not drifting away. Informations you gave seemed useful to the audience. I must admit, you shared a quality content. It seemed coherent, and the best part, it seemed believable. You were selling every single word that you spoke. Now about the organization of your speech. The introduction part, you started with an example, and that seemed to create an impact in the entire speech. Then you smoothly transitioned into the body part where you fairly explained your story. Then you concluded your story on your own perspective. Your presentation overall was easy to follow, and that you connected well with the audience. And now the delivery part. That was the part you excelled at. Your style of giving a speech is natural and conversational. The gestures, of course, were natural and timely. The voice was clear. There were variations that didn't make your speech monotonous. And the speaking pace was just the right amount. And you also added pauses at times to aid the understanding and excitement, which was good. And finally, one suggestion for you. When you are supposed to cover a speech in just 4 to 5 minutes, you keep it concise. You use plain words, short words, and make brief sentences. You are supposed to deliver a large amount of information using the least necessary words possible. At times, you seem to repeat the words even when it was not necessary, and that, I believe, affected the fluency of your speech. I believe that's the part you can be better at, and the rest was great. I wish you the best. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Host.
Thank you, Sagar. Now I think we're done with all of our critics. So now it's time we move on to our R counter. So as an R counter, we have Mr. Saurav today.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, host. Well, it was a very nice session. I enjoyed a lot. So I have noted some of the counters of people who use it. So I also use it. It's fine, but it is our duty to make it less by practicing a lot. So I want to go with our host. So in the whole session, she has only used once with us, and we have our informant Pushkar Jha. He have used once. We have storyteller Aayush. He have used a little bit more. It's 25 times. We have Prashant Pant, impromptu. He used 6 times, and from the Nidhi Singh, informant critic, she has used none. So we have storyteller critic Assistai he has used 7 times, and Impromptu Critic for now the 3 times. Even I use it, so maybe I have used like for 6 to 7 times when I talk. It's fine. We need to improve it. All the best. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Saurav. Now, let's move on to the timekeeper, Mr. Dayaraj Tumana. I would like to request you to give you a brief overview of time for today's session.
Thank you, Chetana. That was a wonderful session. I loved every speakers. We have started our session from 8 a.m. and our introduction lasted for 15 minutes. We had 3 speakers. Pushkar spoke for 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Aayush Adhikari spoke for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. And Prashant spoke for 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Prashant crossed the time limit. And we had 3 critics, Nidhi, Ashish, and Saurabh. Nidhi spoke for 45 seconds. Ashish Arel spoke for 1 minute and 12 seconds, and Saurabh spoke for 2 minutes. That's it now.
Yes, thank you very much, Dayaday. Now I think it's time we move on to the OCA session, analyzing every speaker's speech. So over to you, Mr. Pranav. And you'll also be saying out the name of the best speaker for today's session. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you very much. I also expected there to be a grammarian, but that's okay. The format is a bit different than what I'm used to. I loved how the session was conducted, staged. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Prashant and the team who made this as smooth as possible. For example, during the introduction round, the topic was a bit difficult for people. Pet peeve, it's not a commonly used word in our community, at least. And for that, every time someone would come to the stage, Prashant would then put the meaning of pet peeve and also the question there. So it was super easy for anyone to understand what was going on. So that was amazing. Thank you. It's quite well planned, really. I'm loving how this session was conducted. Now moving on to critiquing a bit about our coordinator, Chetana. The first thing I noticed that might have impacted your performance was something that may have not been under your control, and that was the technical issues and lags that you were experiencing, I think, because of your internet. But because of that, sometimes words were not heard, and therefore the sentences were perceived as broken. But that's something that we can fix easily with a better internet connection. So nothing in that. I also find that you've got a massive potential to be an amazing speaker, because the way you speak is very soft, and it's nice to the ears. So if you would give a speech on something that's emotional, that you need to touch people's hearts, I think you would excel in those kind of speeches, in contrast to informative speeches, right? So maybe you can dabble a bit on that and see how it will turn out. A little bit of technical coordinating problems that you had. First one was when people raised hands for questions, you were not able to keep track of people. For example, I did not get a turn because you did not, call me out. So there was one person who raised their hand, and then I did. The person asked their question, the question was answered. I thought you would call my name out, but someone else, just barged in and said, I'm going to ask a question, and they got the chance, and you did not keep track of that, and that sort of hurt me. So other people would also get hurt if you would do that, right? And the way we can do that is, you can ask people to write Q in the chat box, and then you call them out according to the timestamp in the chat box. So no one is, passing on the turn. So that's one way to do it. I think this will also be a good idea for the organizers to, start implementing from the next week. That was there. One thing, a small suggestion for you would be to not use the word I think all the time. Because, for example, in one instance, you said, I think there's someone called Vote Here where you can send messages. Now, you're the host. You need to have the conviction. There is someone called Vote Here. Please send them the vote. That's the way you should be telling, because you're the host. People listen to you. If you say you think, well, you should be sure about it, right? So that's something that you may want to, think about when you speak. Also, one thing, the rules of voting had to be said by the president when he had to interrupt, because you did not explain the rules at all. So being mindful of your responsibilities is something that you need to think about. And also, I don't know if this was intentional, but I really loved it, and I still remember. I think there were 69 countries who, penalize homosexuality, and you said, this must be an easy number to remember. And I laughed out loud. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was amazing. Like, to be so covertly dirty in a way. I loved it, and thank you for that. That was great. So then, that is it for you. Please continue practicing. I'm sure you can be an expert public speaker in the days to come. Now, moving on to Pushkar Jha. As an informant, Nepal and the LGBTQ community, the clash between the two. I think you've got massive potential as well. There are some things that you need to improve, but one thing that you're really good at is the fluency with which you speak, with which you can construct sentences without breaking it, without making grammatical sentences. You've got a really good hold of the English language, and that serves as a strength for you. But there are some things that you did not have. For example, a facial expression. Let me give you an example. So at the end, you said, we are still unable to accept same-sex marriage legally. Now, the way you said that was, we're still unable to accept same-sex marriage legally. Now, instead of this, you need to have expressions both in your face as well as in your voice. You need to have it modulated. So I would like it if you could exude anger when you said that sentence. For example, we're still unable to accept same-sex marriage legally. So if you have that kind of anger, you can invoke the same anger in your audience, and then you can become, more impactful. And that's something that you need to be, really practicing, because I can see that you can be a great speaker. You've got no problem, telling people about the concepts that you understand. But public speaking is not just informing, although the name is Informant, your role, but it's not just informing, right? It's about persuading people. It's about motivating people. It's about bringing action, right? Calling out to do something. And for that, you need to have that sort of impact upon the audience. That is it for you. Moving on to the storyteller, Aayush Adhikari. The story that you chose was great. There is no denying that Roshana Nepali is an amazing social activist, the work she's done. But you were a storyteller, and it felt like you were really, reading out a biography of her. And that, to me, is not how public speaking should be conducted. I know that it takes a lot of courage to come and speak in front of 34 people early in the morning and speaking about something so sensitive. Thank you for that. But a couple of things I noticed. It could be because of nervousness. You always had your hand to the nose, like distracting. If I do this constantly, imagine this. So the story that you said was quite good, but I think that you could do better. See, it's already very distracting if I constantly, keep my hands to my nose. So please try to not do that. I know that you're probably not thinking about this, but you have to be mindful if you want to be better. Another thing that I saw that you were doing is that you were reading from your notes. And that's not something that should be encouraged. I'm not sure about the rules in staged, but reading out from notes or even consulting a note wouldn't be, a trace of a great public speaker, right? You wouldn't want to do that. I would like to compare a little bit your speech with a Prashant's speech. both of you told a story, but in your story, we couldn't find any dialogue. That's the reason why it was teetering towards boring, because you were simply talking about Rukhsana, she did this, she did that, you know, a lot of courage, everything. Yeah, we get that, but it's not a story. It's just an explanation of her activities, and that's not very interesting at all. Another thing that I thought was also impacting your fluency was that you would stop where you shouldn't be stopping. For example, your sentence. So for those at the end, you said, for those individuals who are still inside the closet, take your time. That was your message. But you said it in this way. For those individuals who are still inside the closet, take your time. Now see the difference between these two sentences. It's not like you can't say those words together. You can, of course. But for some reason, you're breaking sentences where they should not be. You should pause when there is a comma. You should pause a bit longer when there is a full stop. But you're pausing when, you know, there's nothing. And that also is quite distracting. And therefore, your speech, your story could not be as compelling to the audience. Certainly not for me. So please try to improve that. And finally, one more suggestion to you was at the end when you saw the time's up message, you just dropped your speech in the middle of the sentence and said, oh, I'm sorry, time's up. You can at least say the sentence that you were speaking, you can wrap his up and then say thank you and then move on, because that's a bit more professional. So that's a suggestion for you. Thank you. Moving on to Prashant Pant. I loved your speech, but I think you can do better. A lot of things have been said by the critique, sort of Sagar, but I want to, you know, commend some things as well. So the way you took control of the impromptu topic. I know it's so difficult. Someone gives you a topic and in 30 seconds you have to come up with, you know, an entire speech, which is very difficult, I know. But you started with a story, and that was also very relatable. And in contrast to Aayush's story, you had dialogues. I said this, and my teacher said this. She was offended, and she said this. And that puts me in that spot where you are. And I'm listening to that dialogue, and I am giving that dialogue. And that really, you know, allows me to live the experience that you were living. So that was amazing, what you did. Thank you so much for that. And on top of that, you also used the name Sneha. You could have just said a person, a girl, a woman, but you gave a fake name. You couldn't give it the real name because you want to protect the privacy. And that was an amazing little tweak that you did in order to make your speech more lively. And thank you for that as well. However, I found that there were stutters and pauses and a lot of ahs and ums in the middle of the speech. I know that's because it's an impromptu speech and you've not been preparing for that, of course. But the way we can fix that is quite simple. I know that you read a lot of books, Prashant, but I recommend reading them loudly, aloud. And when you read the dialogues, it will just, you know, stay in your mind and you know how people speak, and then you can you know, repeat that in your speech automatically, spontaneously, without having to think. And that's really useful when you're giving an impromptu speech. That's my suggestion for you. And I also like the way you structured your speech. First of all, you gave a story, and then you reasoned why that story happened. You came up with a conclusion of that story. And at the end, you made a decision that, no, I wouldn't reprimand my children if they would come out of the closet, you know, with me. So that was an amazing way of structuring your impromptu speech. Thank you for that as well. I think that is all that I have to say about your speech. Thanks. Moving on to the first critique, that was quite short and sweet, but I would like you to be a bit more structured. By that, I mean you can at least divide the speech into two parts, manner and matter, which I think sort of did. Manner being the way the person is presenting their speech, and then matter being the content that they spoke about. And this way you can really and be focused on one part or one aspect of that particular speech. That would be something to implement from next week. Thank you. Moving on to the second critique. Yeah, it was very nice the way you commented, but I think when you were speaking and, you know, I probably just came out because it rhymed with everything. Said, oh, your speech was very clear, it was understandable, it was grabbable, and grabbable is not a word, but it just rhymed with understandable, I suppose, and you just said it. but that's not a word. It's instead you could say easy to grab. So maybe improving your vocabulary could help you out here. And for that, again, when you read or listen to music, watch a movie, if you find a word that you don't understand, quickly note that down in your, if you don't even want to write that, you can have a dictionary in your phone, and when you just search that, it will stay in your history so that you can go back and see what are the words that you searched. That way you don't have to have the hassle of writing. That's what I did not like writing in a diary. My father would always say, writing in a diary, the meaning, the sentence and all that, and that would be super boring because it would take all the enjoyment out of watching a movie. So what I would do is just now, like, just search for it, go back to my history later. That would be in session for you. Moving on to the third critique, sort of Sagar, amazing. I've also watched your speech in the Talking Minds page. Loved it. I love the way you deliver the speech. There are certain it's like a pet peeve given you're talking about today's topic for the introduction. So when you said your ideas, I don't know the sentence properly, but your ideas, they cling to the story. I think that's something you said, but it would be clung, and there were some issues with the grammar. And there's another thing. This is something that I noticed a lot, even in your story. The way you speak is amazing, but certain words, the way you pronounce, it is incorrect. For example, you said simmed, and instead of simmed, it should be seemed. It seemed, because there is double E. And it's very important. It's not about the accent. It's not about anything like. It's about repeated words will make someone feel like you lack fluency. That was the reason why. So it was distracting. Why? Because you lack fluency. Why? Because you repeated words. So it was like very easy to go to the root of that, and now Prashant can fix it. He's repeating words. There is a proper actionable plan that he can implement in order to be a better speaker. So that was an amazing critique that you did. Thank you for that. That is it for you. Moving on to the R counter. Very short and sweet, liked it. You started with, it was really beautiful what you did. You started with a nudge towards accepting mistakes, but working to be better. For example, we all make mistakes. We all do a lot of R's and M's. I do it as well, but we have to practice to remove it. That was great. And then you just completed what your responsibility was. That is to point out the number of R's and M's, not beating around the bush. It's great. One improvement you could do would be to add tips in order to remove R's and M's from someone's speech. Maybe you can say, hey, don't be afraid to take pauses, because pauses are better than it's okay to take a pause, right? It's not that bad. It's all right. So you could do something like that. People would enjoy it, I'm sure. Thank you for your accounting responsibility. Moving on to the timekeeper. To the point, absolutely to the point, did not beat around the bush at all, did the job, went away, great. One way to improve it would be to add a quote about time that, exemplifies the importance of time, something like that. If you add that, it would be amazing, right? Yeah, I think that's about it. I have critiqued, and I think it's time to tell who is the best speaker for today, right? That's something that we're all waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-identifying, non-binary people, I'm taking this from, I think it was Pushkar Jha. Yeah, I think he gave this suggestion that we should not just say ladies and gentlemen. So ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary people. The winner for the 13th session of Talking Minds is none other than Mr. Pushkar Jha. Right, congratulations. You've been voted to be the best speaker for today. If you'd like to say something, Pushkar.
Thank you again. That was a really nice experience.
Thank you. That was great. So I think I have to wrap this up. Thank you for inviting me and letting me be the OCA for this session. Although I heard something in the question and answer round that our religion, the Hindu religion, and the Vedas, they don't talk about LGBTQ community, and that's false. If you have read Mahabharata or even watched it, you know someone called Shikhandi. He used to be a woman, and he is a transgender, and then later on that was the only reason he could kill Bhishma. So we do have mentions of transgender LGBTQ community. It's just not like that. People misconstrue it, and they just like to discriminate people, and that's something that we have to fight against together. Thank you for keeping this theme during the Pride Month. It was a great experience. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Pranav. Now, we've come to the end of this session, but then we have one more session today, session number 2 of stage, which we will be bringing to you guys after 10 minutes. So if you are interested in becoming a part of that session, please stay put, please stay in the session, and then I think our president will explain about the rules and the modality of the session. So yeah, over to you, Mr. Prashant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pranav. It was lovely critique to everyone. I'm pretty sure we will be mindful of all the things that you have told us, and we will improve on these things on the next session. Thank you very much again for accepting our invitation as the OCA. And to all the other people, we are around 40 people right now in this Zoom call, which is very nice. Thank you everyone for being okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. We have our second session. On the second session, again, our second sessions are usually, we organize the second session to make public speaking more interactive and more fun. And that's why we have Zoom topics. In Zoom topics, what happens is you will be choosing one number, and we have some topics that we have made up. And these topics, you will be provided this topic. You will be giving an impromptu speech on this topic for 30 seconds for preparation, and 90 seconds you'll be speaking on the topic. And this time, what we have is the Talkology will be sponsoring us. With the favorite speaker that will be selected by our OC himself would receive a award of 500 rupees. So, but we will begin this session shortly, not right now. Of course, we'll have some examples or trial speeches just to make everyone familiar with the kind of a format that I'm trying to discuss here. So for that, we will not begin this session right away. We'll just take maybe 10 minutes break. If it's fine to everyone, just let's take 10-minute break, and then we will begin this session. Yeah, just take a 10-minute break. Everyone can go out and just take your break. Yeah, everyone. So I hope I'll see everyone here. Thank you again. My 10 minute topic center.
Prashant, you're not muted. I think you're muted.
I am. I'm not.
You're not muted, mate.
Sorry?
You're not muted. You're not muted. You have to mute yourself. Come on.
All right. All right. I'm muting myself.
Okay.
All right. Let's start this our second session. It's our 10 minutes is over. Yep. So I request everyone's presence. Let's be interactive. Let's open our cameras, and we'll begin this session. Right away, not shortly. Yep. So bro. Yes. Pranav, is there anything?
Yeah, I'd like to tell the participants about how they're going to be judged so that they can focus on some aspects of the speech. So I am going to be giving out of 5 points for starting and ending. So start with a bang, end with a bang. That's something that can, get you 5 points. Your content, your body, you use a story or however you're going to speak, whatever you're going to speak will be again provided with 5 points, which is called body. Starting and ending 5 points, body 5 points. And then moving on to the presentation parts, that will be your body language, which is your facial expressions mostly, because that's all we can see from Zoom. Otherwise, I would have said stage positioning and all sorts of things. At least hand gestures and facial expressions would be great. And that will constitute 5 marks. And then moving on to voice modulation, how you speak, whether you've got pauses, pitch, pace, and power. There'll be 5, again, voice modulation. So out of 20, I'll be marking you, and whoever wins will get rupees 500 as an award. So that's something to be mindful about. I'm going to post this in the Zoom chat so you can refer to it whenever you want. Thank you.
Yeah, seems about right. Yes. So, however, I think we also have one problem we'll be facing, that is, how do we select the speakers? Should we go with the volunteer, like who would like to go voluntarily, because we're only taking 20 speakers, right? Or should we go for, no, we cannot go 32, right, Pranav?
What we can do is we can ask everyone to please write me or I in the chat right now, so we know that they're the volunteers, and we will give them turns on that basis. And if we don't have 20 participants, we can just choose anyone randomly. But at least having the option of being able to choose by ourselves first would be great.
All right, so that sounds about right. All right, so so anyone who would like to volunteer for the first, anyone who would like to volunteer, they can just write I on the chat box. The chat box is open to everyone, so you can just go like, yeah, I want to go first. I think first it is important that we go for a trial, right? Because they need to know like how. Yeah, so who should we choose for our trial? Do you want anyone to go for it?
Anyone is okay.
So anyone who would like to volunteer?
This is just a trial. You can mess it up as much as you want. No worries at all.
Yeah. Just make it comfortable with the Zoom platform.
Yeah.
Anyone? I think we have to choose about that.
Let's do that. Let's choose someone. Who do you think would be the best?
So anyone you would like to choose?
Why don't we choose the winner today? Pushkar.
Oh yeah, nice. Pushkar Jha. Pushkar, you here?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it would be great.
All right, so that's good. So the topic for you, someone must be taking care of the time. Anyone who'd like to volunteer as a timekeeper for the session? Anyone from my team? Do better, I guess.
Okay, I'll do the timekeeping.
All right, good. Okay, that's better. That's good. Okay, Chetana? 30 seconds for preparation and 90 seconds will be the speech. And then we mute the speaker. Good. All right, so Pushkar Jha, pick a number from 1 to 16. Yes, sir.
Could you repeat time limits once again?
So time limits is 30 seconds for preparation, 90 second would be the speech. Daya wants to do it. Daya wants to do it.
Oh, okay.
Daya, that's 30 seconds. 30 seconds
My
for
number would be
preparation.
7.
Sorry, yeah, your number would be 7. Okay. All right. So the topic with you is, what would be your advice to your 5-year younger self? That's your topic. What would be your advice to your 5 years younger self? time is 30 seconds for preparation, 90 seconds, 90 seconds for the speech.
Prashant, I would also like to suggest if we can write the speech topic in the chat.
All right. Right. They inform me whether if we have crossed the time. If the time is over.
Okay. So my topic is what would be my advice to my younger self, from my 5-year younger self.
Turn your video on.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please turn your video on.
And
yeah, we can hear you.
That would be something like, that is something that I talk to myself personally a lot, and that is something I'd like to tell myself every day. And that would be persisting on my goals. Like what my goals were 5 years ago. I think I have changed my stream from dreaming of becoming a national cricketer to pursuing engineering. And if I get a chance to talk to myself, if I get to live those moments again, I would have persisted on my goals. I would have been more faithful to my goals, more loyal, and I believe I would suggest myself to not give up so easily. I mean, hard times do come, but they are like visitors. And I wish someone had suggested me in the early days. And I guess if that would have been the condition, I would have done a lot more than doing something that I'm doing right now. And I would have loved doing something that I wanted to do. That would have been my suggestion to my younger self. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pushkar. Pranav, anything that you want to add?
Yeah. So that was a demo speech. So this is going to be a demo marking, right? So because his starting and ending were not that impactful, I still cannot remember how he started or ended. That means it was quite uneventful. That's why I gave him 2 points out of 5. His body, though, it was quite good. I liked it. He talked about the kind of suggestions and guidelines he would have liked it if he had that in his early age. That was good. So his body gets 3. His body language was not present at all, except for occasional eye contact with the camera. So for that, I give 2. And for voice modulation, that was also quite non-existent. Still, he did have some kind of intonations where he said, I wanted to. So it was a bit of a louder expression over there. So that gives him 2 points again. So that's a total of 9 out of 20. So that's how I would mark. So yeah, I think we've done the demo. We can start asking.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're good to go, people, right? Everyone, we're good to go? Everyone got an idea?
Ending, start with a bang, end with a bang. 5 marks for your body, the kind of content you're using. 5 marks for your body language, which is basically just hand gestures and your facial expression, eye contact, and then smiles and that sort of things. And voice modulation for 5 marks, that is how well you can have a vocal variety when you're speaking. So that's your 20 marks, and out of which you're going to be marked. Whoever wins will get a reward of ₹500 from Talkology's side.
I think, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, let's begin again. So anyone who'd like to volunteer? Would like to go voluntarily? Come on, this is the opportunity. This is Sunkodunga. Anyone who'd like to go? Asta. All right, nice. Asta. We have Asta here. Asta, all right. Asta, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes,
the
yes,
first
you're
thing
audible.
you should ask.
Yeah, you sound really nice also. You are all over. All right. So let's pick a number from 8 to 12.
8.
Well, this is quite interesting. The topic is if I were a homosexual. You have 30 seconds for preparation, and then
Can I ask something?
yes, please.
Can you elaborate like homosexual is in?
As in like you like your own gender. Yeah, sexually, I guess. Yeah, you're more into.
My
You
own
like.
sex.
Yeah, you like women more than men.
Okay. Okay. Now I need to. Is my third finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start speaking.
Okay, if I were a homosexual, the first thing I would be very happy is that I can talk about my body with someone who knows the body I have. I would be more expressive and more, I don't know how it looks, how it feels like to be in love with a girl, but I do imagine a lot of time that what would I have done if I'm attracted to girl? How would I actually treat her? Like how I imagine my boyfriend would treat me like now, I would treat a girl like that. So if I were a homosexual, I think I would be a very caring, a very loving person. And I think I will also not judge. I think I will not be a person who would judge a girl more, because there is a thing that we judge girl as being a girl, we judge girls more. But if I were homosexual, I think that that judgmental part of me would be listen. Yeah, I think so. So if I were a homosexual, I think I would be more of a free person than I am right now.
Thank you very much, Asta. Thank you very much. From that, he would provide the assessments later. So let's move on to our other speaker who would like to go again. Who would like to go now? Would like to volunteer? Just raise
I would
the
like
hand.
to go.
Yes, that's wonderful. All right. So choose the topic, sir. From 1 to 5. Number from 1 to 5.
2.
2. All right. So, all right. So this question is something related to friendship. What's the strangest thing that you have done for friendship? That's your topic. I'll write it down. Your time's up.
Okay. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So, getting to the topic, it was I can still remember that the strangest thing I have done for my best friend. It was not a boyfriend, but it was girl type friend. I mean gender, it was a girl. She was my best friend, and I have done that thing on her birthday. Actually, I have been preparing for last 1 month before her birthday, and it was a handcrafted gift for her. And then
And the weirdest, I mean, strange thing that I have done was I just wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and just go to her home by bicycle. It was maybe 3 to 4 kilometers from my house on the highway. It was a month, so it was too cold and it was quite tough and um, heart-shaking moment at the time, but it was the friendship that motivated me to do such kind of stuff. It was kind of a memorable event of my life. So that was the strangest thing I have done for the friendship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saurabh. It sounds more like love than friendship. Anyway, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It's wonderful. It's very cute. All right. So again, Pranav will provide assistance. Pranav, yeah, you want to add?
I was saying that I think there can be love in a friendship, no? Like it can be
Oh,
platonic.
of course, yeah. Yeah. Of course, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, so let's move on to anyone else who would like to go next.
I would like to try.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, pick a number from maybe 14 to 20, 14 to 19.
I'll go with 18.
Sorry? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, miss, I can hear.
I would choose 18.
You would choose 18. All right, so the question for you is, 3 traits you want your soulmate to have. 30 seconds for preparation. Then you'll be speech with you.
Has my time started? Am I audible?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
So first of all, I am going to speak about soulmate. Still, what I believe is soulmate are someone. What are the soulmate? I mean, I've been reading about it in internet that soulmates are someone who, like before coming to this world, we were the same. I mean, we had same soul, and in this world. Like we are meant to be, like we have the same soul, and if we met, it would be really cool, and it will be feel as we have found each other, and although two bodies we are same. So the traits I would love to have in my soulmate is something which I do not possess. For example, I am a really anxious person, and I really need motivation a lot of time. So if I find a soulmate, I would want them to have a quality which quality to motivate me every time, and they would provide me a support or something like that, and always give me a moral lesson, and would always encourage me to walk in a better path and be there for when I need them, and always be there when I need them. And I think this much. I'm pretty much nervous. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very courageous. That was very nice speech. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. All right. So let's keep on. Let's keep on moving on. We have Sundar has raised her hand. Sundar, would you like to go now?
Yes, I would love to. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. It would be wonderful if you turn on your video also. Sundar?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh, all right, that's good. Also, meanwhile, pick up a number from 9 to 14. Yeah.
So yeah, very randomly, I'll choose 14.
Wonderful. Okay, so if there was a day that you would want to relive, what would that day be? There is a day that has happened in your life that you want to relive. What day it would be, and what happened in that day?
Okay. So can I start now? Because I don't want to think much.
Please. Yes.
So yeah, okay. Memories are for life, right? We have so much of them, and I'm sure there can't be one single day we want to relive. There are many, and as soon as Prashant dropped his question, the one day that came into my mind was the day when we were in our PEA days. I'm sure everybody knows about PEA. So yeah, that was the examination day, and after examination, I had a friend, and I had to go along to somewhere, and in fact, we haven't even confined our destination. We just went, like the unplanned trips are the best. I will not call it a trip, but it was a day off sort of thing. And then we just headed straight to Basantapur. We roamed just like we were in a different city, and it was very chill vibes. We didn't care of anything. And since we were away from our home, I barely cared about meeting relatives or someone I know to meet up in the road. So I was very carefree. We entered to every restaurants and hotels that looked pretty from outside, and we just went for it. We didn't give a second thought to anything. Like whatever struck our mind, we did it. That included just hugging around and just moving and jumping around and clicking pictures and funny poses, and we didn't care about people that day. We did a lot of stuff, and that still give me chills that I am a very reserved person, and you may call me orthodox sometimes, but that day I was totally a different person with the company I had. And that the thanks has to be gone to that I could have, I should thank to him as well for the company that assured me that I could be anything that day. It's not a big thing, but still that just the fact that that particular day strikes in my mind as soon as the question dropped, gives me the belief that was one of the best days I have ever had. And it was a wholesome day. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandhya. You crossed our time limit, but we did not want to stop you because you were so much into that day. It was wonderful. You definitely had a day of your life right there. All right. So
thank you.
I'm pretty sure Pranada is also listening to all these things, all our speeches. Our Informant Critic, she has raised her hand. Informant Critic, you would like to go next? Nidhi Singh?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay. So pick a topic. Choose a number from 4 to 10.
5.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
5.
Oh, 5. All right. So the topic for you is memes, the most annoying part about them. Memes, the most annoying part about them. Memes are for fun, but what are the what do you find most annoying about it? Most annoying part about them.
All right, so I'm good to go?
Yes, you're good to go.
Fine. So memes, the word I hear, I recall my life. Okay, so that's not funny. I'm not funny. I'm serious because my life seems like some meme to me right now. So memes, I take them as a very fun thing to do and fun thing to look at and understand. And the one who understands the meme I send, I have a respect for you. So that's what I take meme as. It's fun for me, it's relieving, it's my stress buster. And when I scroll through my social media handles, and I love to see all the memes, and I love the creativity people, so like the time, the effort they put into that, right? So but the thing I don't like about memes, or I find very annoying, is sometimes it's very, very insensitive. Like people make fun of things that are not they're made to be made fun of, right? So they criticize on, like this is the Pride Month, and then there are memes that criticize people belonging to LGBTQA plus community, and I hate that. I hate you if you are making memes and trying to entertain someone, but then you have to respect their privacy, you have to respect what they don't want to say, you have to respect the sensitivity in people. So that's what I find it the most annoying. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Nidhi. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. Asta is asking whether your part was a demo. Actually, it was not a demo. It was the part of the game. We had first. We took first turn was Pushkar Jha's speech was a demo.
Oh, I thought it was a demo. Shit.
All right. So if Pranav Dai says, that we can also give you one more chance. If it all depends on whether Pranav Dai wants it or not. Yeah.
We will only do that if we don't have enough participants.
All right. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So Christina C has raised her hand. Christina, would you like to go next? Hello?
Yes, I'd like to go next.
All right. All right. So please pick a number, choose a number from 16 to 20.
20.
All right, 20. All right. Your question is, okay. So you have 50,000 rupees. Somebody just gave you 50,000 rupees and they give you a deadline of 1 day. You have to spend the 50,000 rupees in a day. How will you spend it? On what things you will spend it? So that's your question. Okay, 50,000 cash. It's not even easier. It's hard cash.
Okay, so if I had 50,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees is a lot of money. And of course, there are always people who want to buy something that's very important to them. But then for me, I don't have such things. So what I would spend on is on daily necessities for my house and maybe buy a gift for someone, because I'm a very frugal person. And of course, it would be nice to spend all those money at once on PS5 or the shoes that you've always wanted. But then even though I don't earn a lot of money, I understand the value of money, and I understand that it's not okay to waste money on things you do not need. Of course, if you're rich, that's a different thing. But then coming from a middle class family, I believe that you need to spend your money on important stuff. So all the daily items such as groceries, and maybe treat myself to something like a pair of clothes or a pair of shoes, and then buy something for mom, dad, my sister, but then very small things. And the majority of it would go to important stuffs that we need, like a new chair, some books that I've always wanted to read, groceries mostly, because groceries are expensive, extra chocolates and things like that, so that I do not waste money, and all the money that I have received would come to use, because there are a lot of people who are starving, who do not have enough money, and I don't think that it would be right to just throw it on something that I don't need. Thank you.
That's wonderful, Christina. That's a very, very, very well thought speech. That's a very well thought intention as well. Thank you very much for that. All right, so we have two participants who have raised their hand. Christina, would you please lower your hand? We have Sunam. We have Sunam who would like to go. So Sunam, would you like to go next?
Yes.
All right. Would you please pronounce how you spell your surname? I could not.
Chochangi.
Okay, Sunam Chochangi. All right, Sunam Chochangi. All right. Okay, Sunam, would you please turn on your video also? It would be more interactive that way.
Hello everyone.
Hello, Sunam. All right. So Sunam, choose a number from maybe, let's just say from 2 to 6.
I would like to go. I would pick 5.
All right, 5. We have done the 5. I'm sorry for that.
6.
All right, 6. So your question is, if you had 1 week left on Earth, that means after that something's gonna happen. You're gonna die maybe, or you're gonna be left out on the space. If you had only one week left on Earth, what would you do? Where would you go? I mean, how would you spend that 1 week? There is no disclosure of whether you're gonna die or not. It's just like if you're gonna spend 1 week, or maybe where we just Elon Musk came up with the Mars plan, and we're going to all of us are going to Mars. I mean, there's no disclosure about the topic. So yeah.
So can I start now?
Yes, of course.
So before starting, I would like to let you all know that I'm someone, I really love public speaking, but I'm someone who need a lot of preparation before I perform something. So it's something I'm not used to. So as you gave me the topic, if I had 1 week left, what would I do? You know, I would enjoy with my family member. I would like to spend time with my family members, the first and foremost thing, because I really love them. I'm so thankful and I'm really happy they are there in my life. And then the second thing that I would do is to enjoy with the nature, to let the sun rays fall on my cheeks and let it kiss me, and then the rains, and then the gargling of the river. I just really love the chills of the gargling of the river. So I would really spend my time with the nature and with my loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonam. It was wonderful. We all need to love our parents, of course. So anyone would like to go next? 2 people have raised your hand. Sonam, would you please lower your hand? Nobina Thapa, you'd like to go next?
Yes, hi everyone.
Hi, Nobina. So please pick a topic from 8 to 16.
15?
Sorry?
15, 15.
15. All right. So this is again an imaginative topic. If you were to be reincarnated, I mean, after your death, of course, I mean, it's long year after this, which country would you like to, which country would you like to be born on? Okay. Would choose to be born on?
Okay. Okay, I think I should start. Shall I?
Of course, yes.
Incarnate, after which country you want to grow, I mean, which country you want to birth, right? Sorry, yes. Would you please write the question? Okay. Thank you for the question. First and foremost, I think if I incarnate, then I will, obviously I want to take birth in Nepal, because Nepal is the country where there is all unity, and I think I will grow here in Nepal itself. And I love the culture, I love the people, all the things which are in Nepal. I think I will definitely grow in this country itself. Thank you. And I'm sorry for this, because I'm very nervous and it's very first time for me. And I really want to grow up in speaking. And I'm very inspired with Pranav Dai. And so
hello? I think we had the cutoff. Thank you so much, Navina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we have Vinay Nepani. He's raising his hand. Vinay Nepani. Yes. Would you like
Hello, everyone.
Right? Hi, Vinay.
Hello.
Hi,
how are you?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine too.
Yeah, you look really fine.
Yeah.
Love the smile, man.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Okay, so choose a topic from, choose a number from, again, 15 to 20.
17.
17, all right. This is a fun topic. I don't know, I just wrote it out of the blue. What do you think the best soap a body can get? Soap, the one we use. used to bath or shower? The best soap a body can get.
Do you want it to be funny or?
No, there is just like you it could be you could be a soap salesperson and you are like selling it to us. I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah. So, can I start?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, since I'm from engineering college, so I see everyone and I stay in boys hostel, so I see a common problem that nobody likes to have a bath or something on that often. So I've heard about it's a meme, but I've heard about that Sangini soap. So why can't it be? And if we can have something like that, like if you have a bath with that soap, you can have 3 or 4 months without bathing. Not that in a cleanliness way, but why can't? And other thing, it would be it should we should not use perfume like it can be like after using it there's no need of using perfumes and other stuffs. And other thing, it would be uh, like uh, it should be it should be so like that it should actually be like that of Dettol, so that it can kill 99% of germs. Yeah, that much. Sorry for messing it up.
No. Thank you so much, Binay. It was wonderful. You entertained us. Thank you so much. We really wish there was a Sangini soap.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, Binay. Anyone who'd like to go? Asis Portal is raising it. Then Asis, you want to go next?
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
All right. So please choose a number. Please turn on your camera. Yeah. Okay. Choose a number from again 1 to 15.
Okay. 1. I'll choose 1.
All right. Great. All right. So the first topic is okay. The topic for you is do you believe in horoscope? Why or why not? Do you believe in horoscope?
Horoscope means
Rasifal.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah. May I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, horoscopes are something we in our Hindu community we believe from our childhood that our parents told us this is your horoscope and you should believe in this and you should watch newspaper daily or listen to the radio. And these are the cultures or something our parents taught in our early age. In scientifically, horoscope is the measure of there are 12 planets. There are 12 rasis or horoscopes. These assembles are assembles of the constellations or something like that. There is scientific reason behind this, the movement of planets and everything. These all factors helps to determine what the horoscope is, and basically it gives something little knowledge about how's your day will gonna be, or how's your future gonna be. We should not thoroughly follow, but we could take an idea what will favor us in our future, or what will favor us and what will not favor us. I have seen a lot of people who have failed a lot in their fields, though they have a lot put a lot on them because they have not much of luck in it. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Assis. Thank you so much for that insight on horoscopes. So who'd like to go next? I don't see anyone raising their hand. All right, Dhananjaya Yadav. Dhananjaya Yadav.
Yes.
Yes, you would like to go next?
Yeah. Am I?
Yeah, wonderful. All right. How about you choose a number from? Would you please first turn on your camera?
Yeah.
Great. All right,
Okay.
great. So please choose a number from 10 to 20.
11.
11. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the topic to you is my biggest fear.
My biggest fear.
My scariest fear, or I mean, it could my biggest fear or my scariest fear. Yeah. Good. 30 seconds for preparation.
Okay, I will do that.
Just curious. Are you hanging? Are you hanging? It's like from the ceiling. It looks like, yeah.
No. I'm just taking my phone, so it looking like that.
All right.
Okay. So can I start?
Yes, of course.
My biggest fear is that what would happen if I would not done my works, or without doing anything I will die one day, like that. Just we don't know when we die or what will happen tomorrow, but occasionally without die tomorrow, but we all have sufficient or some time of works to do. That's the biggest fear. What would happen if I die without working that much? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anja. I think we all fear like not being able to accomplish our task. I mean, yeah, it's a fear that we constantly have. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dhananjay. Thank you for the insight. Pranav Dai, he writes in the text, like, my biggest fear would be someone asked me if I was hanging from the ceiling. Well, I think we should also have some kind of award to good jokes. All right, so let's move on. Anyone would like to go next? Yeah. Anyone? I don't see anyone raising their hand. Dhananjay, would you please lower your hand? All right, good. So we have Ranjit Pandit. Ranjit Pandit, you'd like to go next?
Yes, Dai.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, how about you choose a topic, choose a number from 1 to 20. Choose any number.
1 to 20, 13.
13. Okay, so this is a question based on relationship and friendship. What's the most crucial thing, do you think, for a healthy relationship? What's the most crucial thing for a healthy relationship, according to you? A healthy relationship, what's the most crucial thing?
So can I start?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
So at first, for a healthy relationship, at first we have to respect each other, and then we have to know how type of he or she, what he likes, she likes, or what thing has that that things most annoys her or him, and for the healthy relationship we have to understand her feelings, and we have and the other things is that we have to understand the feelings also, and we have to spend some fruitful time to each other, with each other. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Ranjit. I think, yes, respect is important in any relationship for it to thrive. Thank you so much. It's wonderful. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Anyone who'd like to go next? Please raise your hand. Take it. It's. I know you. Oh yeah, Sonny Didi. Hi, Sonny Didi. All right. She raised her hand. She lowered her hand. That was quick.
Hi.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sandy. Yeah. All right. Sandy, please choose a number from 1 to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have. Okay. I'll just give a number which are left. We have 4. 4 is left. We have 20 left. Sorry, 19 left. Similarly, we have 12 is left. 4,
I will
12.
go with 19, Prashant. I will go with 19.
You go with the 19. All right. So the topic for you is, what's the most desperate thing you have done for a love? Right. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You get for preparation, and 90 seconds will give time for speech.
Okay. I'm starting on this issue. There are times when the toll taking, when the most most crucial moments when you look upon back are the most funniest and the humorous one. You laugh upon the moments where you freaked out like you cried, and this was I guess I recall a moment in my school days, and I was as stupid as fuck. I used to be that emotional kid, and we used to get who wants to be in everyone's good book. I would compliment everyone. I would try to support everyone. I would even try to support them when I know they are wrong. I think most of us have done that in our school days. And I used to be that chaplus kid who needs to be in good book of everyone. So I had my friend had a banter with another girl. I know there was a mistake that my friend had made which caused the banter, but to make my friend happy and to support her, and for the love of for our love, I constantly developed some kind of grudge for another girl. I know she hadn't done anything. It wasn't a mistake. That was something situational. But when I look back upon that time, I see myself more childish, more selfish, and I see my perspective so narrow that I could not look from another person's uh, uh, side. Can't put myself in their shoes. So that is one of the many things that I have done something for my love, which is I find very irrational, very selfish, and childish right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sonidhi, for opening up so well. That was very nice. I think we all have been in that place. We all have done it. It takes a lot of courage to open up about things. Thank you so much, Sonidhi. All right. So we have one more person who has raised his hand. Asis Aryal, right? You wanna go next?
Yeah, I would like to go.
All right. So as I said, the topic that are left, the numbers that are left are 4, 9, 10, 12, 16.
I think I will go with 4.
You'll go with 4. Okay. The question the topic is, who do you idolize? Who do you idolize? I mean, it could be on any field, or it could be parents or anything. Who do you idolize?
Who do you idolize?
Yes.
That's a hard question, yeah.
30 seconds up.
Yes. I think I will idolize my father, and I know he's a great person, and I want to be like him. He has good sense of humor, good respect towards people, and people also respect him. So I want to gain that respect, and I want to be in his place. Like he can understand every people, and so do I want to also understand every people and understand their problems and they solve their problems. So I want to be like my dad, and I idolize him. Thank you.
Wonderful way, wonderful. Even though we don't show how much we love our dad, I mean, we know the immense respect that we have for them. Yeah, that's our, even though their jokes are really bad, but well, they're our dad anyways. All right, so you're free falling to the phone. Okay, so let's, anyone who'd like to go next? Sandhya Shrestha, I see you raising your hand. Okay, Asisa, you're raising your hand too. Anyone who'd like to go next? I don't see any hands. Saina, how's it going? Asta Adhikari has raised your hand. No. Asta Adhikari? Asta? I'm sorry? Asta,
Hello, am I audible?
No. Yeah, yes, you're audible, Asta. So, yeah, okay. Asta, so please choose a number from, I mean, we have, our topics numbers are left are 9, 10, 12, 10. All right.
10. I would like to choose 10.
All right. So here's the thing. You found somewhere a lamp. I mean, the Aladdin lamp or whatever it is called, and you rub it, and you have a genie appearing there. It's like a mystic word right there. So you have, the genie grants you 3 wishes, and what would those 3 wishes be? Three wishes.
So can I start?
Yes, please. Yes.
So many of us might have wished to have some wishes fulfilled. I have dreamt about having a lamp since I watched Aladdin. So I have dreamt about this thing my whole life. And I've been fantasizing about getting a genie who would provide me with everything I wish for. So if there were a choice of making 3 wishes, first wish would be to extend furthermore 6 wishes to me, so that I have 9 wishes to make. The first wish I would make was to make my life fulfilling intellectually as well as financially. In this greed of life, we have been so focused in hustling, for we don't know anything. Hustle is so real that we don't even know what we are hustling for. Due to this COVID-19 situation, the hustle we had made, we don't know we have this time to reflect. And so the second wish I made was to make myself remember that there's no way of thinking about future. Your future is indeterminable. You can't determine what's up for in your future. The third wish I would like to make is you have a lot of money. Money is a tool, and you can wish and you can work on your intellectual greed only. And other wishes is to make my parents live 100 years. I mean, I want to die earlier than my parents. Only thing that scares me the most is that my parents are getting older. And other wish I have is to once meet my grandparents and make them know that my father is doing really well. Especially my grandmother, she died when he was a little child, and I have a big fantasy of meeting her one day and tell her that he is doing very well in life. Other than that, I would like to wish my brothers to have very wonderful future, and my friends to thrive in their life as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Asta Didi. You wished everyone for every welfare for everyone. Thank you so much. It's wonderful. All right. So however, there is we had Sandhya she texted here. She said like I'm sorry, some question make me feel like, oh, I wish I could drop my views on this. And Pranav, he replied, yeah, we always have the Today I Talk for Talking Minds, and we have Saurabh Bhattrai has been constantly sending the link. And if you feel like you want to talk about any one of these topics, well, you are free, and you can just record a video, send it to us, and we'll post it on the Today I Talk. And so never feel like
Yeah,
that
I have filled the form, and maybe the next video will be mine, hopefully.
All right, that's wonderful. All right. Okay, that'll be wonderful. Great. All right, so let's move on. Anyone who'd like to go next? Okay, Pranjal Pant. I wonder who is. Anyways, Pranjal Pant, would you like? What would you? All right, hello again. So Pranjal Pant, please choose a number. You have number left is you have 12, 9, and you have 16 and 18. 12. You'll go with 12. Okay. Online classes. What's the best and worst thing about them? Online classes. What's the best thing and worst thing about them? Best and worst thing about them.
First of all, thank you. First of all, thank you, Pranav Dai and Talking Minds for conducting this. And coming to the point is online classes. Online classes. First of all, what are the best that happen in online class? I recently experienced online classes because of COVID-19, and the best things about online classes are that we can be at our home and study. I'm so lazy that I don't want to go school for studies, so I can study at home. And the worst thing is that I can't meet my friends. I can't hug him. I can't get the morning hug, morning wishes from my teachers, and we can play together in playground. We can't play, and we can't like. It is my time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pranjal Pant, for giving a speech and telling us what are the best and worst thing about online classes. Thank you very much again. So I hope to see you in Talking Minds on oncoming days also. So anyone who'd like to go next? Pranjal Pant, would you please lower your hand? Anyone who'd like to go next? All right, Darshan Katil has raised his hand. Darshan Katil, would you like to go next?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. So you have we have numbers left are so we have 12 is done, 7 is done, 8 we're done. Okay, yeah, we have 9 left, 16, 9, 18. Yeah, 16, 9, 18.
I'll take 9.
You like to take 9. All right, so 9 is okay. Again, something related to our month. If you wake up tomorrow and you find yourself that you are a girl, how would you respond, or how would you choose to live that day? I mean, how would you respond to yourself? And you find yourself that you are a girl.
What a question. Shall I start?
Of course, yes.
If I were a girl, if when I wake up tomorrow morning, then if I were a girl, I would wake up as always, and I would have helped my mother like a girl. I would have long ears, maybe. I would have feminine character. I don't know what to say. I would be more like a girly and do more girly things if I were a girl. That's it. Finished.
Yeah. All right, Darshan. I think we were expecting you would be more elaborative of the girly things that you said, but okay. Okay, so let's move on. Anyone would like to go next? Anyone would like to go next? We have only two topics left. Yeah, only two. Case of day. Okay, case of day. Would you like to go next?
Hello.
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 My camera is not working. Should I go or not?
All right, it's fine. It's fine. I think Pranav, we can consider that, right?
Sorry,
Even
what?
the voice, voice has it. Even the voice has a kind of body gesture. Like case
Sure.
of the camera doesn't work, so.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Case of the. So please choose a topic. Either we have only two topics left. 16 and 18. Which one would you like to go?
I'll go with 16.
All right. I like this. I like this topic. So the topic to you is talking mind. That's it.
Talking minds?
Mind. Yes. What do you feel about talking minds? What do you think? What do you think when somebody says talking minds? Anything.
Wow.
Just talking minds is the topic.
Shall I start?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
While listening to talking minds, in talking minds, the guys in the talking minds are too creative. And when I entered the Pashchimanchal campus, I always think entering to the talking mind clubs, and I wanted to level up my speaking skills, but due to some reason or due to business, I couldn't do that. So after lockdown, I will join that club and learn from you guys. Thank you. I'm done speaking.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kisabhai. Thank you so much. The soulmate question was on 13. Wait, third. The soulmate question. Wait, where's the soulmate question now? Okay, it's 18. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's 18. I must have jumbled it up. Yep. All right, so we have one more topic. I'll just number it 21, all right? I'll just number it 21. All right. So we have one topic left for now. Okay, so anyone would like to go next? Anyone would like to go next? All right, Sirjana Bassel. Sirjana Bassel. All right. Hello. You are muted. If you're speaking, you're muted.
Am I audible?
Hello? Yes, you're audible, Sirjana. All right. So we have only one topic left, and so the topic to you is my favorite TV show or a movie. My favorite TV show or a movie. Yeah, you got the topic right.
Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say that I'm not that much good in English, but still I want to try it. So my favorite movie is Dangal. It is of Amir Khan. I think it has inspired me a lot. It has taught me that even if we will get opportunity, girls are not less than boys. So yeah, in term of physical activity, and also in term of mental, we are not less than anyone. And thank you.
Thank you very much. We believe that too. I mean, we don't think like gender to be anything, a boundary to any kind of excellence in life, in career choices or anything. Yeah, but thank you. That was that was wonderful, Sejna Marcel. Pranada, you were saying that we should have one more participant.
No, that's not what I said. We've done what was supposed to be done. So this is it. I think we've done 20 people.
We have done, I think, because all of my topics are crossed out, and there are 20 people.
Yeah.
I mean, 21.
It's done. It's done. Yeah, it's completed.
All right. Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
We have a suggestion from our lead designer. He says that whenever award is presented, make sure 30% VAT is also cut off. So it goes to 30% goes to Turkey Minds.
No, this is a very
All right, so let's okay. From that, we are waiting for all the assessments. All the assessment, yeah.
What do you mean all the assessment? I'm only going.
I mean, okay, you're announcing the winner. I mean, we all are
Yeah.
waiting also for like some kind of suggestion like we can get.
Yeah, of course. No. So according to what I'm seeing here, there are four aspects upon which I judged your speeches. I found that the starting and ending part is absolutely horrible coming from everyone. The highest mark is 3, and 2 is what almost everyone got, and there were some people with even 1. I don't want to share this because it can decrease someone's morale. That's about starting and ending. So please work on your starting and ending, because that's what people will remember. The first time you hook the audience, and at the end, what you leave the audience with. That is there. Body was okay. That's because it's an impromptu speech, so you don't have a lot of time to think about your content. That was okay. Body language, facial expressions, they're also there. Present. Some people didn't have it, some people had it, but I understand. With everything being virtual, it's a bit difficult to have everything expressed. Voice modulation was also good, quite average. The whole session was average, but that's because it's an impromptu session, and this is how we become better, by working every day, reading newspapers, reading new books, reading articles, and then filling our head with a lot of information that we can use spontaneously when we speak. So it was an average session, but the courage that it took for people to just come over here, have 30 seconds to think about a brand new topic and speak on that for a minute and a half, it takes a lot. And everyone who participated, thank you so much. Even if you've not won, you're still a winner, because just the attempt, the first step is, like, I don't know if this is the right quote, but someone said that taking the first step is half work done. So thank you for that. Moving on, I think it's time to announce the winner. Prashant?
Yes, we are waiting for that.
Yeah, okay. So it is very difficult to choose a winner. We've had 2 people who got the same score. So there is a tie. This means that the prize has to be broken into 2. Yeah. The highest mark is 12. And these 2 people, they got 3, 3, 3, 3 in all 4 aspects. So that amounted to 12. And the winners are, the first one is Christina. Let's give her a big round of applause. If you have a virtual clap button, click that. Christina is the first winner. And the second first is Astha Adhikari. Clap for her as well. All right then. If both of you could just, do you guys have, before that, why don't we listen to a short winning speech from both Christina and Asta. Christina, can you please unmute yourself and say something about this?
This was my first time speaking something impromptu, and I'm very thankful for having been given this opportunity to express myself, to have myself evaluated, and I learned a lot, and I'd like to thank everyone for organizing this.
Perfect. Perfect. Asta, a couple of words from you.
I didn't really expect it. I do like speaking, but then I can hear my heartbeat loud in my ears. I'm really very nervous right now as well. I do love speaking, but it's something that I have to work on. Thank you for encouragement. I'll be trying to speak more nicely. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity.
And do you both have your eSewa numbers? Do you have them? Your account?
Yeah.
If you do, please put your number in the Zoom chat, will you?
Private chat to Pranav.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to do a screen share of the award?
How about please, Christina and Asta Didi, please turn on your camera on, and Pranav, maybe show the eSewa.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, please. Yeah, please give me your phone numbers, and I will do that.
Okay. So everyone else, let's just close our turn off our camera.
Yeah. All right. But I've not gotten the number yet, so here we are. Christina, we need your eSewa ID.
I've sent it.
Where have you sent it? I've not received it.
I've sent it in the chat.
It's not in the chat. I can't see it in the chat. Can you send it again? And Asta?
I did send you just now.
Really? That is so weird because it's so not here. But we can do this. You can just give me your okay, I got it. Chetana's Chetana Subedi sent me Christina's number. Okay. All right. Is that right? All right. Chetana Subedi. Done. Congratulations. Asta, I haven't gotten yours yet.
I'll send it to you again.
Maybe Chetana can help me out again with this because something's definitely happening that I don't know.
I think she sent to another account called Pranav Kafle. I recommend you to send it to OCA Pranav Kafle. Actually, there are two accounts, so she might have been confused.
With that, because one I'm using my Zoom in the phone to share this eSewa. So okay. All right. All right. Ram Maya Kimber, is that it?
Yes, it's my mother's actually. I don't have any
No problem. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and keep speaking. You know, be a better speaker by practicing every single day. Participate in Talking Minds every week, and also like my page, Talkology. You'll start receiving cool updates about public speaking.
Right. So I think this is a wrap up. This is the wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Prashant. Thank you for having me here. The mic goes to you.
Thank you so much, Pranav. Thank you so much for this session. It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation again as the OCA. Again, congratulations to Asta Didi. Congratulations to Christina for being the winners of our Zoom topic. Similarly, also to all the other participants who participated, thank you so much. It was a really interactive session. We had a lot of fun. I mean, these are the kind of session we're going to keep on bringing on the second session every week, every Saturday. So we hope that we're going to continue with this. Similarly, also congratulations to again Pushkar Jha for being the winner of our session 13. It was a wonderful speech, and everyone who participated. Again, thank you so much. We cannot be grateful enough for everyone's participation. So by saying this, we will be also uploading this session's video on our YouTube channel in case if you want to, revisit what happened, everything. So you can just like go to our YouTube channel and you will find the whole stage session there. Anything else? I think that's all from our side for today's session. Again, thank you so much, Pranav Dai. Thank you so much to my team who has been continuously working, and to all the members here. So this is a wrap. Thank you very much. Of course, follow Talkology. The link will be shared. Can anyone please share the link, Talkology's link here? Also follow Talking Minds also for all the for upcoming updates. And also if you want to speak and you want to speak any on the topics, we have Today I Talk, and we'll be posting one video every week on Thursday. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. So this is a wrap. We're ending the session. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Pranav.